Okay, so welcome back. Today I'm gonna go ahead and explain the so-called GOTO loop that is not exactly a loop, but it can be used to simulate one. So I did not say that GOTO is actually a loop. It is something like a loop, or it simulates one. Now, what you're about to see on the screen actually, that's not this. Why did I delete the whole thing? Anyway, what you're about to see on the screen, or did I? Nope, definitely not what I want. This is from the last chapter. Anyway, what you're about to see on the screen is purely for illustrative and demonstrative purposes only. That is, you really shouldn't program like this. I just want to show you how GoTo is used, and once I show it to you, remember it and then don't use it ever again, so to say. Well, I mean, you will be able to use it later on, but it's just not really a recommended way of going about things because it can cause a lot of problems, and it can cause a lot of infinite repeatances, and it can cause logic problems as well. So here goes nothing. Here's how not to do things. Int main, but you do need to know it. I mean, because you will encounter it in the code sooner or later, and you do need to know what it is and how it functions. Int I equals 1. And the way this works is that the GoTo statement, it consists of the following. You have a label and you have a GoTo label. Label is the starting point from which the part of the program should start executing. That is, we can put our label here. Again, let's call it again. So the label name is arbitrary. So this is the starting point of the execution. And then you have a GoTo label, which is the part where we specify the execution to go backwards or forward to our label. So our label will be used in the GoTo statement, and the GoTo statement will instruct the program to go back to the again label or to go forward to the again label, one way or the other. And here we shall type in std cout I std colon endl. Okay, and then plus I semicolon here and semicolon top at the end of endl. And now we shall have some sort of an if statement here to have a condition. And so now you will see why this is actually simulating a loop. And down below I shall simply type GoTo label again. So this name, this is arbitrary. You can name it pretty much however you want, within certain standards, of course. And then down below, we will type in return 0. Okay, there we go. So iteration will occur in the following way. You will get the initialization. It will go past this. That's all fine and dandy. It will go into the if, and I will be evaluated to be less or equal than 20. Yes, okay, it will be. And then, since this is true, this will execute. And then the program will go to the label again, and it will execute all of this again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until I becomes greater than 20. So let's go ahead and build and run this. Excellent. So you see it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so it went from 1 to 20. That's a printout. So you see how this is simulating a loop while not actually being a loop? This can cause so many logic errors. This can be so difficult to debug. Not the iteration, but the GoTo with the labels. Oh, it can cause so many headaches. Not really a pleasant thing. Anyway, I'm not like telling you not to ever use it. You will see it used later. You will of course see it used in the bigger programs, but it's really not a recommended way. As I said, it's really not a recommended way of going about things. But that's how it functions basically. You can have a GoTo statement somewhere in your code, and you can have a label either before or after, or anywhere in the code for that matter, And then once the program reaches the goto, it will go to the specified label and begin the execution of the code from there onwards. Can cause a lot of logic errors, just saying. Anyway, that would be it as far as the goto is concerned. We're going to talk a little bit about the infinite loops, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the nested loops, and that's going to be it for the loops chapter. Bid you farewell and hope to see you in the next tutorial.